You are given the following points A, B, and C, and the question is which point is closest to the YZ plane. So the YZ plane, so YZ plane, YZ, YZ. This is only 12, minus 16, minus 10. So the minimum one is 10. Right? The distance from a point to the YZ plane is the absolute value of the x coordinate. So the distance from A to the YZ plane is the absolute value of 12, which is 12. The distance from B to the YZ plane is absolute value of minus 16, which is 16. The distance from C to the YZ plane is minus absolute value of minus 10, which is 10. So we need to find the closest point. So which is a minimum distance, right? The closest point to the YZ plane among the 3 points is the one has the shortest distance to the YZ plane, C, because it has distance 10 to the YZ plane. And answer the second question, what is the distance from the YZ plane to this point? The answer is 10. Okay, so this is how we answer this question. Let's do similar one for this part. What or which point is farthest? Which point, if farthest from the XY plane? So similarly, we compute the distance of the 3 points to the YZ plane, XY plane. The distance from A to the YZ plane is the absolute value of the z coordinates, right? So the distance from a point to the, sorry, we are talking about XY plane, XY plane is the absolute value of the z coordinate. So the distance from A, from B to the XY plane, from C to the XY plane is, so here's A, B, C. Here's the 3 points. We are doing X, y plane, x y plane. So the absolute values of minus 18. Second one, b, is absolute value of minus 2. The last one, absolute value of 15. So the farthest point is the one has a distance maximum. The farthest point from the xy plane is the one with maximum distance, which is 18, is A. The distance from A to the xy plane is 18. Right. And our last question is, among the 3 points, which point lies on the xz plane? Lies on the xz plane. So the answer is the one lies on the xz plane is the one whose the coordinate of the y coordinate is 0. A point lies on the xz plane if its y coordinate is 0, or the distance from that point to the xz plane, which is the absolute value of the y coordinates, must be 0. So if distance is 0, then it is on the xz plane. So among the 3 points, B has y coordinates 0. So the answer is B. Okay, so that's how we do this question.